So there we go. The Super license has now been cleared, and as a result we have now got all 40 gold license trophies, and although our progression has not changed, we are now about to improve on our 3.8% of progress, because we are now returning to challenge mode. Since we can now officially go after all of these bikes. And I think as a suitable option, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do probably a few segments for the bikes that the biggest manufacturers have, and then as for the other ones, well, I'm going to work my way around this as I go along. I'll probably do this horizontal or something. I think the word is horizontal. Anyway, I'm going to do each of these manufacturers downward before we go through each of our rows. And these are the Novice bikes, starting with the NS 250R and ending with the CBR 600 in the Novice section for Honda, as we only have 2 colours of this bike to get, and once again we are at Autumn Ring Mini for the Novice bikes. Anyway, here we go, as our opponent is a Yamaha TZR 250R. Alright, here we go. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can do okay. But we'll see how we do. And just like that, I pass him on the inside, and this bike is mine. Easily. So there we go. In 25.7 seconds, we already have our first Novice bike. And now we have to go after the other one, which is going to be interesting, because we will be riding our second one in silver. I had a bit of a yawn there, sorry about that. But anyway, we got our first Novice bike, baby! And it's appropriately a Honda. Now we move on to the other colour we can get this bike in. And that is Starlight Silver, where once again we are at Autumn Ring. So, here we go. Same opponent again. This I would imagine is going to be pretty easy for me to get once I make the pass. Basically what you have to do here is, these are more or less just passing missions for you to get past your opponent. And then once you do pull off the pass, you just have to stay ahead of them for 10 seconds, and then after that, well, the bike is yours. Took a little bit longer to get the bike in the other colour, but I'm not really bothered because, well, I still get the bike. And that's all I care about. Alrighty. So that's our first bike of the Novice bikes, now rightfully claimed. As this time we get the Honda NS 250R. Alrighty. We are doing good. And that is now the Honda NS 250R now claimed. Now we move on to the Honda VT 250F, where this time we have 3 colours to get this bike in. So I will do that. And once again we are at Autumn Ring. And my opponent is riding the same bike as me. But we'll see how we go. Alrighty, and now I've made the pass. Looks like this one is going to be pretty easy for me to get. And there we go. That bike is now ours. So now we just have to get the other 2 colour variants, and then we've got all of the Honda VT models, I think. Well, at least the road bike models anyway. So we move on to the Honda VT 250F. And so we now have to get this bike again in its other 2 colour variants, because they do count towards the overall progress of the game. And also because, well, if you're technically a collectionist, then this one probably falls right up your street. I might also consider saving this as my replay, because this bike is in silver. But either way, there we go. The bike is now ours. In fact, it's so good that I now want to save a replay. So that's what I'm going to do. As another challenge mode mission is complete. And removing this. And naming this Episode 9, because that's what this is. Alrighty. So there we go. Another bike is ours. And so we move on to the 3rd and final colour that we can get this bike in. Or we have to acquire this bike in, I should say. Because I'm good at doing that. And so, here we go. Alrighty. So 2 colours have now been claimed, and this time we now have to get this thing in black. We are riding back to black. Even though I'm pretty sure motorcyclists don't really listen to the radio for obvious reasons. But either way, we are still riding back to black. Because that's pretty much the colour this bike is. And had to go deep there just to get through the corner. And just trying to keep it clean. I've now threaded the needle. That took a bit longer to get the pass done, but it's okay because I still get it done anyway. And that's all of the... Wait. What model of Honda is this again? I don't remember. It'll probably tell me in a minute. Okay, that's all the Honda VT 250F colour variants we can get. So there we go. That's now our second Novice bike from Honda, now claimed. And we still have another 5 to go, is it? I think it's 5. Anyway, there we go. I actually quite like that red and black look I see there. You know, with the red frame and the black paint. That actually works. Okay, it is 5. And now we move on to the NSR 250R. Then we've got the CB400S, the VFR 400R, the CB250F, and the CBR 600. Let's now move on to this one. The NSR 250R SE from 1993. And where we are going up against a 1995 Yamaha TZR 250R SPR. That's a lot to say for just one model. But anyway. Although I'm technically a car guy, I do find it interesting to know what some of these models of bikes are called. And at some point in the future, I will be aiming to branch out by playing more games with motorcycles. Because, personally, I quite like my motorbikes. I think they're actually pretty cool. Most of them. But anyway, there we go. So now we have to get the other colour variant, which is basically the role reversal of our first colour variant, if you're asking. But either way, there it is. So another colour has been claimed. And so we shall make sure this bike is stored with us. Now we have to get the other colour variant, rose white and sparkling red. Ross white and sparkling red, I should say. Hopefully, if it's possible, I can sparkle on this bike, as I have done before. Let's see how we do. Here we go. Okay, doing good so far. And stepping on the brakes a little bit there, but it's fair to say that run was flawless. And there we go, we've got both tricolour variations of the Honda NSR 250R. I can definitely say these model names do have a lot of numbers and letters to just include, in order for you to just get the full name in it. I don't know, I guess it's just weird. Although I don't mind the number models, the letters do make these names sound just a little bit weird. But nonetheless, I have to pronounce them by their model names, and in all honesty, I'm okay with that. So that's now 3 Novice bikes now claimed from Honda, and we now have just 4 to go. As we now move on to the CB400 SS, and where this time we are heading to Grand Valley. I feel like I should probably get rid of my previous replay and move to this one instead, because I don't really have any replays saved at Grand Valley yet. Although I did one time with the Triumph, but then I replaced that with my Nürburgring replay since we won't be racing on the Nordschleife. In other words, I'm pretty sure we won't be racing at the Nürburgring in this game, in terms of our race events. But I at least figured it was worth it for me to get at least one replay from there. I somehow passed. Although I nearly failed, I somehow got the pass. I did not think it was going to work out that way, but I'm so glad it did. I'm so glad that worked out. Because I really thought for sure I was going to fail there right at the end for going off track. And I fully believe that would have been a fail if I had been off track any longer than I actually was. Then I would have failed. I know that for definite. But I somehow got away with it. And so there we go. In Force Silver Metallic, we now have our first colour variant of the Honda CB400S. Now we have to get all the others. I can definitely say there is a lot of bikes at Honda, just to say the least. And our opponent is once again the Yamaha SR400. But either way, I'd say we're doing pretty good for now, because I am in the fight. And I am fighting to make these bikes mine. Oh, I'm getting forced out wide. He's not going down without a fight. And yep, we made contact. Okay, can I get him through the tunnel? Can I get past him through the tunnel? Yes, I can. Although it didn't work because I had to get on the brakes. But not this time. I think I can make it work this time. Don't pass me, 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 don't pass me. He's closing, but he isn't gonna get me. I'm so glad I got that one pulled off. Even though time wouldn't have really mattered because, well, I would have still had a spare lap in reserve even if I didn't get past him on the first lap. But either way, there we go. So that's now our second colour variant claimed of the Honda CB400SS. And I still have another two to go. As this one is painted black. And now we move on to the blue variant. And we've got 2 laps to pass our opponent again. Yeah, I did say I would have a spare lap in reserves. Even if I didn't pass my opponent on the first lap, I would have still been fine with it anyway. But no matter. I am successful, at least this time around. And now I just have to get myself another one of these road models and pass my opponent on the inside. there we go. The blue model is now ours. I feel like I should probably save this replay now because it's with a different bike. You know what? As much as I know this is probably going to piss a few people off, I want to actually save this replay because I already have a few replays saved at Autumn Ring already. I'm going to go with this one, just because it's the CB400SS, and also because, well, I figured it's the street version of the first racing bike I won. So for that reason alone, that's why I saved the replay. But anyway, there we go. Now I just have one more colour variant to get, and then the CB400SS should be all mine. Because I'll have all 4 colours available to me. And then, I think I can call this a day after I'm done with this episode, because I've already been at this now for 2.5 hours, and I still have another 3 more bikes to get after this. See. So, see, 2, 5, 7, 8, the next one will make it 9, 11, 14, okay, I'll have a total of 17 bikes by the time we're done with this, in terms of all bike models and all of their colour variants. We'll have a total of another 17 bikes to add to our ever-expanding collection of bikes in the garage. And as you might have guessed, I am of course doing a 100% playthrough of this game. So naturally, you would expect me to get all the bikes and all of their colour variants. It's basically just the sort of thing I would do. Typically. Anyway. Taking the lead from the outside. And there we go. It's done. As I correct my bike right before I ultimately entered the centre of the tunnel. Or just as I enter the tunnel. But no matter. We have now got all 4 colour variants of the Honda CB400SS. My god. There are just so many different colours that come with these bikes in challenge mode. Fucking hell. Anyway, on now to the VFR 400R, and where we are once again, this time going to Special Stage Route 5 for our next 2 challenges. Let's go and get 'em, boy. As this time we are chasing a Kawasaki GPZ 400R. Okay. Just gotta stay on the bike, and then I think we should be fine. Okay. I'm just a second back now, so closing in on the leader, looking for access on the inside. I get that access, and there we go. another bike is ours. And now I just have to do the same again, except for saying it will be with the other colour variant. Alright. Let's now get ready to rumble for our other colour variant that we can get this bike in. Alrighty. So we have just another 2 bikes to go after this one. Plus their colour variants, obviously. Fortunately, however, with a lot of these I don't have to worry about getting them in too many colour variants. I'd say it's probably 4, maybe 5 colours at best. Okay. Right, we're doing good. Okay. And I am running wide. Okay. Keeping my foot in the door. And as a result, it now looks like this bike is mine. Alrighty. We get this bike in 38.5 seconds. That's cool. And now we just have 2 more bikes to go, and then we'll be done with this. And my god, does it take a lot of commitment to get every single colour variant with each of these bikes from the challenge mode. You really have got to be committed to getting all of these. I know that for sure. Anyway, now we just have 2 to go. The Honda CB250F and the Honda CBR 600 RR. As we are now at High Speed Ring for our penultimate challenge mode with the Honda Novice bikes. And we're both at the same course. Sorry, we're both riding the same model. Now the key here is to make sure that you don't fall off the bike. It might also be advisable to lift, just so you can stay in control of your bike as you head through that left-hander. Because a lot of corners around this course, they're banked, and it is advisable for you to lift in order to avoid falling off the bike in the process, which is kind of what you need to do. Oh, okay. I did not think he was going to be that aggressive with me, but he shut the door on me right as I was about to pull off the pass. This time, however, I get it done. And just gotta stick to the inside, go steady through here, and the bike is mine. And that took me 1 minute and 13 seconds to get there. But there we go. So 2 colours left with the Honda CB250F. And then after that, we can then move on to our next section of novice bikes. Oh lord. There are just so many colours to get with each of these models. I'm also getting pretty tired now, so I probably will call it a day once I'm done here. Because I've been at this now for about 3 hours, and in all honesty, I'm getting pretty tired now, so let's now go after our other two colour variants with the Honda CB. And lifting off the throttle as always, because if you want to make it through that corner you basically have to lift if you're doing it on a bike. So just got to be really careful through here. And heading across the bridge now, 2 seconds behind the leader. And up the inside. And looks like I'm going to finish this with relative ease, and I do. I had to be at least 19 seconds faster than I was before. But no matter. We got it done. And now, all that's left for us to do is to get our other colour variant of the Honda CB. Oh boy. Fortunately, however, this is almost over. So, yeah. I'm also so glad I'm getting all of these on my first try so far. I think this will probably be the largest of all the Novice bikes we have to claim here. I think that's right anyway. So time now for challenge number 3 with the Honda CB 750F. And as ever, lifting for the corner because if I don't I'll fall off. Also don't need to press L2 because I'm going fast enough without needing to press the crouch button. The game will basically just do that for me. And now, I just have to find my way through. A little bit of contact there, but able to get the execution on the corner exit. And in a minute and 1 second, that's our third and final colour of the Honda CB 750F. And now we will move on to our final bike of the Novice bikes we can get here, and that is the Honda CBR 600 RR. I'm really getting tired now. Fortunately, we're almost done. Just have one bike with one more set of colours to get, and then we should be Gucci. 3 colours again. And this time we are at... oh, we're at Grand Valley again. Okay, I'm alright with this. I do technically have a thumbnail saved with the Honda CBR already, so it's fine. And this time our opponent is a Yamaha YZF. How did I not fail there? I was literally just feet away from failing, and yet I somehow got away with that. And shutting the door on the Yamaha behind me. And there we go. That's our first Honda CBR 600 now won. And now we will move on to our other two models. And the bike I was up against was the Yamaha YZF R6. So, we just have two colours to go. I'm also getting really tired now, so fortunately I only have two models to go, and then I can pretty much call it a day after that, because I have been at this now for 3 hours in terms of my recording time. And now we are after Force Silver Metallic. Let's make sure we get this one done. And then we only have one to go. Okay. It's all good. Okay, got it right that time around at least. I think I should have this one clenched. Oh, never mind. I got a little bit loose as I was on the corner exit, but able to execute this time around. I head through the right-hander. Had to coast a little bit there just to stay on top of my bike, but I got it all worked out. And now we just have one colour to go, and then I think by the time we get to 38 minutes recorded, that should pretty much be all of our Novice bikes now clinched. Or cinched, I should say. But anyway. God, I'm really tired now. Luckily, I have just one bike to go. And then that'll pretty much do it for this episode. I can definitely say you've got a hell of a lot of bikes to get if you're wanting all the colour variants. I reckon you've got to get at least 200, possibly 210 at the minimum, if you're wanting to get all these bikes in more than just one colour variant. That's just how many colours you have to really absorb yourself in when playing this game. And once again, getting loose off the corner, but able to avoid further disaster like I did before. And there we go. 39 seconds later, and we have got this bike in black. And that is now all of the Novice bikes claimed from Honda. And we do have a replay saved, yes we do. Okay, good. We are Gucci now. And now we will get our 17th and final different colour iteration of the Novice bikes here at Honda, and then we can review our progress afterwards, because the game is basically showcasing all these bikes so I don't have to, and also so I don't really need to. But either way, there we go. We got them all. Okay, I'm done now. I'm actually done. I've been at this now for 40 minutes. I think I'm done now with recording this. So that's all of the Novice bikes at Honda now claimed. And just to be absolutely certain, yes, 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 and yes. And next up we have the junior category, where we have got 7 bikes to get. And then the expert bikes, they probably won't be too hard to get after that, but either way. Novice Challenge Mode at Honda is now done. And next up will be Kawasaki, with 4 different Novice bikes. Okay, that is good. So let's now check our progress, since I don't really feel the need to look at all my bikes willy-nilly. So these are the bikes we have won. And they extend over 3 pages, as we are now up to 49 bikes altogether at this point of the game. And we have gained, ironically, 3.8% again in terms of our game progress, as we are now up to 7.6% complete. And we have now got 49 vehicles in our garage. And ultimately, I think that's a good time to call it a day, because I've been recording now for over 3 hours, and I think now is a good time for me to take a break before I get back to this again at some point during the week. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode, and next time we will be doing the Novice bikes at Kawasaki, coming in the next episode of Tourist Trophy.